What is up, geeks and geekettes? It's another episode of the Countdown City Geekcast. My name is Steady, and with me on this episode is the man, the myth, the legend. You know him as JC.
Hey, everybody.
And the man behind the magic, the one and only Joe Garcia. What's going on, Joe?
What's up, man? Not a good night for me. Cowboys are getting their ass handed to them. The only saving grace was the Mandalorian trailer that came out during halftime. So
that's all I was watching for.
Yeah. After that, I was out. I'm out.
Yeah, that was the best part of tonight's game.
Yeah, started football. I got to celebrate my team 5-0, beat the Texans.
Yeah.
What's up?
I say congrats to JC. Congrats to JC. His team is rolling, and he was telling me prior to us coming on that he's actually catching up there in his fantasy draft as well.
Hey.
Yeah, kind of. Pretty shitty on my one team. The other team, pretty good. So, yeah. But I got a little pick thing that I'm running with some buddies, and I'm leading that right now. So, trying to get some money coming my way. So, all for fun. Yeah.
There you go.
Yep,
well, I'm glad you brought up the Mandalorian trailer because that is going to be our major topic of tonight. And we're also going to talk about horror franchises that have reboots coming out. And we're also going to be talking about more Spider-Man 3 rumors because they are starting to hit the fan. But first, JC's already hinted at our first topic of the night, the return of not only his favorite TV game show,
yes,
definitely Rob's favorite TV game show, Supermarket Sweep. JC, were you a child again? How did it feel watching it?
Felt great. First of all, what gave it away? The wallpaper on my See at the Food shirt. Crohn's Warriors, right? It was really cool. First of all, I was excited when they had the old episodes on Netflix again, so it was cool to watch that. But I was looking forward to this. Tino's looking forward to this. We said Rob. Angela, who does the Island of Reality podcast with me, she was definitely looking forward to this. And it was Leslie Jones is a great host. I mean, you watch those old episodes, and some of those products are like, God, these things aren't even around anymore, you know? And it's just straight trivia and everything. But they make a lot of use of graphics. I was killing the logo part where a logo will pop up piece by piece. You got to guess the logo.
I was doing bad at that, by the way.
Maybe because I do more grocery shopping than you. I have no idea. But, it was cool. They had a modern twist on it, a lot more entertaining. The contestants have a lot more charisma. Leslie Jones has a lot more charisma than the old hosts do. And it's a lot of fun. I like the idea, though, when they do the race at the end, they'll stop them, say, hey, you want to keep going or you want to cash out? Because that is a lot of money you're playing for at the end. And obviously the biggest difference now is when the cart totals broke 1,000 years ago. That was such a big deal. Now they're breaking like 3,000, 3,000, 4,000. Yeah. You ever want to see how bad inflation is? Watch the old Supermarket Sweep. Watch the new Supermarket Sweep and see how it is. So
terrible.
It was exciting. My 6-year-old daughter loved it. She had a great time. She was trying to guess the logos, and the only one she got was Peter Pan peanut butter. She got that one right. So yeah, but
I got tied. I think that's the only one that I got.
Yeah, some of those were tough, and they got them like immediately. I was like, wow. So, but it was really fun to watch. Takes me back. Now I'm just waiting for Shop Till You Drop to come back, and I'm good. Those are all my old, in the summer game show. Watching those on USA Network growing up,
They even brought back that old show. Was it the one with the whammies? No whammies, stop.
Press Your Luck.
Yeah.
Just as good, and it's just as good too.
They just need to bring back, was it the $25,000 pyramid, or was it?
Yeah, but it'd have to be like the $100,000 pyramid because 25,000 ain't enough,
Inflation.
I would like to see that come back, but it wouldn't be the same without Dick Clark. That's a classic.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
Bring back some of the stuff that we used to watch when we were younger, like on Nickelodeon, a fresh take on Double Dare. I know they tried it and it didn't really last too long, but that'd be cool.
Right. I wouldn't mind seeing Guts or Legends of the Hidden Temple come back.
I thought that was announced. I thought that was already happening.
Announced? Is that actually happening?
I thought it was too.
Well, it's a pandemic. I figure everything else was getting postponed. Okay,
it probably did. Yeah.
What was that one show that was hosted by J.D. Roth when we were younger, and it was the kids, and they would go through this obstacle course, and they were trying to win all the bikes and like the video game systems and all that stuff. I remember you all probably remember seeing that after school. It was
I don't
hosted by
recall.
J.D. Roth. It used to come out, I think, on Fox 29 back in the day. It
Oh
was a
God.
it
Hang
was a
on, we're all gonna Google it.
Right?
Kids game show.
yeah. We always used to watch it. Me and my sister and our friends would watch it after school. We wish we were those kids going in there trying to get those prizes.
Funhouse.
That's what it was. Yeah,
Funhouse.
yeah.
I never saw that one.
Yeah,
I
that one
barely
was
remember
pretty
that.
cool, man.
I always wanted to be on Name That. That's the music
Name that tune.
guy,
Yeah.
musician
yeah.
guy in me.
Yeah.
I watched that one religiously, and I always thought you could do it today if you want to bring it back, and they kind of did with "Can You Beat Shazam?" with Jamie Foxx as the host. I mean, you can't get any bigger than Jamie Foxx.
No.
So that was actually pretty cool. I watched that, and I would do pretty well with that one, but I can't imagine trying to be on it. I don't know. It's just nerve-wracking to me.
Oh my. You
The
know,
supermarket sweep, Joe. Did you ever get into that? Did you ever see it? Watch
yeah,
it?
I watched it with my family, and back in the day. Now, I watched it with my daughter and my kids and my wife on Netflix. You know, when they had it on Netflix, when it first came out, everybody was watching. They're like, "Oh my God, supermarket sweep!" And I'm like, I don't know where you guys were at, but we were watching this a long time ago. And then my daughter was the one that noticed. She's like, man, some of these brands don't even exist anymore. I was like, nope.
That's the crazy. So
And-
that's why I like the modern take. It's really cool. And
Yeah.
I think the strategy definitely when you run the super sweep is a lot different now.
Yeah.
You still got to go for the meats, but hit the healthy aisle. That's just expensive. If you want to really rack up the total, hit the healthy aisle and load
No,
up.
I'd
know?
probably be hitting the brisket and the turkey legs and
You know
the
what I want them to
hams.
do? I want them to run this show and do one super sweep inside what I call the God HEB on 1604 in Bandera, just once.
Oh,
Run a
wow.
sweep in that huge plus, man. That'd be insane.
Dude, I probably would get tired
maybe-
just going through like 2 aisles. I'd be done.
I'm going straight for the barbecue grill and loading that up. That might
they'd
win it
be
for
they'd
me.
be covering miles of like real estate if they tried it there.
Give
I
it 3
told-
minutes. Fuck it.
I told my wife, I said, you would be incredible at this because all she does is buy healthy foods and vitamins and organic items. I'm like, you would be $10,000 basket if you tried that.
No, man.
Tell her to go on with Rob. Rob keeps saying he wants to apply. So,
Please, please. Rob, hurry up, man.
come on.
It'd be like
I'm just glad
supermarket sweep.
that it's not contestants wearing 90s mom jeans anymore because that's
Oh,
just
man.
not practical to run around a
You mean the
supermarket.
jeans that were past the navel?
Yeah.
Man.
I'm not knocking the style, but if
Wow.
you're gonna be on a game show where you have to run around a supermarket, throw on some sweatpants.
Yeah,
No,
some
my
workout
favorite was
gear.
when they had some of the people that would show up, the younger contestants, and they were like in mini skirts that were jean. That was a mini jean skirt or
Yeah.
some type of inappropriate, attire. And I'm like, you're on a game show, right?
It's we're watching the old ones too. My wife was like, "Man, did women really wear their hair like that? It seems so long ago." So,
The bangs.
For
My
sure.
favorite were the bangs that were sprayed with the hairspray.
There
Yeah.
you go.
The
Yeah.
white rain hairspray. And some of their
Oh,
hairstyles were hideous, man. Even the
Yeah.
guys, some of the guys just had like a huge comb over. I'm like, dude, get faded up or something, man.
So look at my hair. It's COVID. I haven't been to my barber in like a month.
nah,
Again.
looking slick, bro. Just get some clippers on Amazon and just let it ride, man.
Hey, man, the dog
Pumpkin
shears
pie.
are the same things as clippers, man.
They
You might
get
get
the
some
job
fleas,
done.
man.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right, so Supermarket Sweep is back. Hopefully Rob will be a
Sundays.
contestant
Yeah.
pretty soon. If you watched it, be sure to let us know what you thought about it. Do you enjoy it? Do you think you could own if you were on the show yourself? Give us your thoughts in the comments below. Gentlemen, it's October. It's my favorite month of the year, not only because it's my birthday, because Halloween month, and I love me some horror franchises. So we're going to talk about 2 horror franchises that you did not expect to be making a comeback. The
Oh,
first
boy.
of which just announced in the last 24, 48 hours, a brand new Texas Chainsaw Massacre film is on the way. Coming next year is a new installment to the franchise by director Fede Alvarez. You can also check out the brand new website at texaschainsaw.com, where you can get yourself a brand new digital copy of the poster for download, as well as a Call of Duty Warzone calling card just by entering in your email on the website. Check it out. It's not a lot of content right now, but I'm excited that we're getting not only a new film, but it just feels like you can evolve the franchise and push it forward a little bit. I love the film that had Jessica Biel like 15 years ago, it feels like.
Haven't they made a whole bunch of those movies though, man? It's crazy, so
they made the one with Jessica Biel. That was sort of like the reboot, right? And then they actually made like 2 sequels. They even did one that was like an origin film, which wasn't too bad, but it's also like Texas Chainsaw.
yeah.
I don't know. It's always like you have a certain expectation for these films, and they're never going to surpass it. But that Jessica Biel one was sort of the biggest because I think it was produced by Jerry Bruckheimer, and anytime he's behind the scenes, it's going to be, high quality. So as far as like cinematography, sound, special effects, that's as high as the bar got. And I'm ready to see something else come out for this franchise. But I'm excited. The artwork for the new film looks cool. It's very intriguing. And if you're a Call of Duty Warzone player, go ahead, put your email on the website, get yourself a calling card. JC.
Yeah.
Excited for a new film? Where's Texas Chainsaw lie with you?
It's one of those things that just let it live in the past. I mean, sorry. I wasn't too excited about Scream coming back either. I'm like, you guys are running out of ideas, but it is what it is. I mean, I think Matthew McConaughey's people have tried to forget that he was ever in that franchise to begin with. So, you never really hear that mentioned as his movie credits, but yeah, just let it go away. I'm sorry. That's
those old ones don't hold up as well. I will say that.
Yeah.
The old ones really don't hold up as well. But the one I was talking about with Jessica Biel and Jonathan Tucker came out in 2003. Good God. It's
so
been
long
17
ago now.
years already. Yeah. Craziness. Joe, how about you, sir?
No, man, I'm with JC. Just let that one die. Let it live in infamy.
Let it die.
It's a cult classic, the original, and it's hard to surpass what the original did. And I don't think you should reboot that. We saw what happened with Pet Sematary, and granted, the original wasn't all that either, but the new one, the reboot that came out, was just a stinker, man. It was hot diarrhea. It was bad.
Which one are you
dude.
talking about?
The Pet Sematary. The reboot.
That one.
That was
Okay.
bad, dude.
See, it was so bad you forgot about it, Ted. So
Yeah.
there you go.
You know what? I haven't even gotten around to seeing it. I wanted to. I really did. And it just...
Don't waste your time.
Nah, man.
It's not even worth the watch, man. You're going to get angry when you watch it. The only thing that I think they did a decent enough job with recently was probably the It franchise that they try to reboot. That one was done okay,
Oh, that was great. Yeah.
It was done okay.
A lot of popularity.
Yeah, they couldn't put it as a lot of information like they did because the original was like a mini series.
Sure.
But they did a really good job with the films, the 2 films that were released. So I liked them and I enjoyed them, so.
And word on the street is the director's not done with it. He's going to try and do something else with it. Not sure if it's going to be a prequel or some sort of a sequel, but
yeah,
that's just the rumors. Warner Brothers made a killing with those films, and they don't want it to be over with. Anytime they get a win, they want to stretch it out as long as they can.
Well, I got an idea for a new horror franchise.
What's
They
that?
want to mix stuff together. You know how we have Sharknado, right?
Oh,
They need
no.
to go back to the days of Twister and have Cownado, where it's just like rabid killer cows in a twister, killing everybody.
I swear to God, Sci-Fi is gonna call you tomorrow with the job offer.
Cownado.
I feel like you're gonna be able to run with that idea yourself, man. I think you're the first one to come out with that one.
Yeah, Cownado.
The next B movie.
Yeah, the next B movie. It'll be the next hit on the Sci-Fi Network. We'll have JC be the star.
The cow? Yeah, right.
Cownado. We got to kill the cows again.
Yeah.
This franchise is consistent. I will say that. I know you guys aren't interested, but I was a huge fan of the 03 film. The 06 film, I don't remember that much. I don't think it was that great. And then I said they did an origin story. So that came out in 2017, and Stephen Dorff was part of that film. It was interesting. Not groundbreaking by any means whatsoever, but it's interesting to kind of put a lot of thought into an origin story for Leatherface. That film in 2017 was just called Leatherface. So if you're intrigued, give it a shot. You know what? Anytime I drive to the coast, there's a house on the way down 37.
Yeah.
It's like about an hour and a half from the city, and every time I pass it, I look at it for a good minute because I'm like, that looks just like the Texas Chainsaw House. I know it's around South or Southeast Texas. I don't know exactly where the real house is at, but anytime I pass that property, I'm like, that looks like the Chainsaw House. So I don't know what this is going to be called, but the movie next year, it's just listed as a Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'm intrigued. You're bringing in new blood, and the director, Fede Alvarez, he's done some interesting things. So I'm really interested to see what he does with this franchise. And if you want to check it out, don't forget TexasChainsaw.com for that digital poster, as well as your calling card for Warzone. I said we got more franchises. So the second franchise, I Know What You Did Last Summer, had 2 great installments. I think there was like a third film that nobody watched, like many years later. JC's just going to be backgrounding it for every topic tonight. I love it.
I'll try to. Yeah.
So that movie is getting a new TV series reboot. And we don't know much. No director yet. No cast. The reason why I bring it up is because it's going to be produced by the one and only James Wan. So anytime James Wan is attached to a project, it comes with a certain level of respect and a certain level of quality that you should expect going forward. So he's writing and helping to produce, and like I said, no cast, no director yet, but it should be interesting, right? I don't remember what they called. Was it The Fisherman? What they officially called sort of the
Fisherman, the guy
slasher?
with the hook man, something like that. I don't remember. All I know was the guy chasing him. Yeah. So
Joe, let's start with you, sir. Are you at all interested in a TV series for I Know What You Did Last Summer?
No, I'm. It's safe to say that I don't care what you did last summer. You know, it's just let's just get over this one, man. It's gonna be horrible.
Yeah, I don't care what you did in 2020 summer. It sucked.
Yeah, it sucked back then. It's gonna suck now. You know, I mean, after the first one, when they did the sequel, I saw the sequel in the theater because my wife wanted to see it because she loves some horror movies. You know, but it was bad. You know, it was bad.
I mean, yeah, it was all right, I guess. It wasn't as good as the first, obviously, but yeah.
No,
it wasn't. So if the sequel was that bad, it was not very memorable. I can only imagine what's going to happen when they try to, you know, surround this story, whatever it might be. And you kind of can already see what's going to happen. They're going to have a group of young people. Something happens, and they're all going to try to keep it secret, but it's going to come back and haunt them. And there we go with the series, you know. So.
And how is social media going to come into play now when you update something like this? You know, that's the thing.
There you go.
A little modern element in there, so yeah, you know, they're going to spend it somehow, but I mean, it's still going to be the same tried and true formula, and it really didn't work that well after the first film. So I don't really care about this series.
JC, how about you, sir? TV series for I Know What You Did Last Summer.
This, the interesting thing is, like, before the original movie came out, I actually had read the book. It was actually like a kind of like a kid's horror book that you could find in your school library.
Oh God!
So I had actually read it because it was one of those books that was like a kind of a cool story to it. And then the trailer came out for the original movie. I was like, hey, I read that book. Sure, I'll go see it. And I mean, I enjoyed it. It was fun. The TV series that has my interest, if this girl right here, Jennifer Love Hewitt, hottie that she is, makes an appeance, I am down for you to just give me a little cameo. That'll be fun.
She's looking a little rough now, JC.
She's still, she's still hot. So I just, I'm good. I mean, I'll give it a shot, see what it's like. I'm not a big horror person, but it's one of those throwback movies for me. It was my teenage years, it was my high school years and stuff like that. So
there you go.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It'll be fun.
Yeah, I feel like it has some potential, right? The first one was done really well. The sequel was okay, but it didn't really grab the imagination that the first one did. Mm-hmm. So I feel like you can really take this franchise and really run with it, especially if you start getting into some supernatural elements, which the first two didn't by any means. So I'm not saying you have to, but if you wanted to explore something like that, you definitely could. So I think there is a little bit of flexibility that this franchise has. Really get creative with it, really get imaginative with it, and go for it. I thought the Scream TV series that they did a few years back, like the first season, I thought was done very well. And they really expanded the lore. They expanded on the mythos of the serial killer, that it was like this legend in the town and whatnot. So that's what I'm talking about when you start really running with the franchise, being flexible with it, and building upon it.
Do you think, and I know you mentioned the director, Juan, is running this, and that's selling me a bit on it. He's directing this, which is cool.
Producing.
Yeah. Producing, excuse me. Do you think that this is something they should do, like, not even tied to the original lore? Maybe do, like, other stories in other towns? Prime example, the Purge TV series maybe had small references to the movie, but one season was, like, all in one Purge night. Here's what happens in one Purge night. The next season was like, here's the end of one Purge night. What in the hell happens in that year up to the next one? And all these dominoes fall into place. So do you think it's something they try and tie together, or do we have like a new cast every season and change the story up a bit?
Ooh, good question.
Because I think that was
the new cast.
That was really cool. That was really cool about the Purge TV series. It had a new take on it, expanded the lore a little bit, and different cities and everything. And I thought that was a pretty cool take. So
hey, I love me some copycats, man. If you throw some copycat plots in there, I could totally see that happening. It happens in real life. Why shouldn't it happen in fictional life as well?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, so I'm down. Let's see what they do. Let's give it a shot.
One series that I've started watching, and I just want to kind of hint at it because I don't want to take a lot of time here. Hellstrom started on Hulu, and I'm already about halfway through that whole season. And I got to say, it was really good. I really was surprised that it actually saw the light of day, because it was supposed to be part of Marvel's, what was it, that series that they had, Journey or Into Fear or something like that. But since Marvel got folded onto itself and it acquired a lot of pieces to become Marvel Studios now, some of these other, I guess, series that were in development, one of them being Ghost Rider, aren't really going to see the light of day. And they were saying that for fans, kind of like Swamp Thing, with DC Universe, everybody fell in love with that series. The first season, they were like, it was so good. Same thing with Hellstrom. If you fall in love with this series, it might not get a second season because kind of Marvel was acquired by itself and now it's just Marvel Studios. So
yeah, man.
Yeah, it might just be a one-off, but it's been really interesting. I got to say, the characters in here are Damian Hellstrom and Anna Hellstrom. The main characters played by Tom Austin and Sidney Lemon. Sidney Lemon does a really good portrayal, thought of the sister, Anna Hellstrom, in this series. So really, really, really well done, I think. In my opinion, I enjoyed it. I'm not seeing any spoilers or anything of that nature, but if you're into like the Constantine kind of thing with, demonology and, a little bit of the occult and the paranormal, this is right up your alley and you're going to enjoy it.
Cool.
Ooh, very nice. Yeah. I remember you telling me about that. That's on my list right after, what's that other one, JC, you're talking about?
Hang on. Let me get you the wallpaper. Let me show you. Because they have a release date for it now, so you have to catch up.
I know, they keep showing me ads. I'm like, it's JC. He's sending me these ads on purpose.
I am. Boom. There it is.
Dark Materials. There you go.
Season 2
16th. November 16th. Yes, November 16th is the date. So
there you go. I got plenty of time.
Watch it, Ted. You have to watch it.
I got plenty of time. I'll just wait for season 2 to end, and then that way I'll just binge 1 and 2 all together. That's what I'll do.
Son of a bitch.
Because then when we talk about it, you're going to be lost because you're not going to know what the hell's going on.
Yeah. So
his Dark Material watch party.
I'd be down, especially with HBO Max and everything. So
yeah.
Load up, man.
Gotta watch it though. We should watch it with you, Ted. At least have like a little watch party or something. At least get a couple episodes in you.
There you go. We're going to change gears for just a moment, and then we're going to get into some Marvel news. But I wanted to call out some breaking information. Jeff Bridges has announced that he has been diagnosed with lymphoma. And he posted this on Twitter tonight. And I just wanted to read what he wrote. Jeff started his post with a very Lebowski-esque beginning. As the dude would say, new shit has come to light. Very, very, very Lebowski. Yeah. I have been diagnosed with lymphoma. Although it is a serious disease, I feel fortunate that I have a great team of doctors, and the prognosis is good. I'm starting treatment and will keep you posted on my recovery. I am profoundly grateful for the love and support from my family and friends. Thank you for your prayers and well wishes. And while I have you, please remember to go vote, because we are all in this together. Love, Jeff. Mm-hmm. And our thoughts, our prayers, our wishes are with Mr. Bridges, the dude, the Big Lebowski. That would be a huge hit. He's a tremendous actor, and
so many iconic characters that he played. So many movie roles that really are endearing to a lot of fans. Including myself.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, I would hate for anything bad to happen to him. So yeah, thoughts and prayers are with him and his family. But yet we still got Betty White going strong, man.
She's a trooper.
Yep. She's gonna live forever, man. I swear.
She is.
It's amazing.
She's immortal, JC.
Yep.
Godspeed to Jeff, and we wish him a speedy recovery. Mm-hmm. Now on to more Spidey news. It feels like every week there's just more and more stuff coming out.
Yeah.
So last we spoke, we were talking about the possibility of there being a multiverse, and Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield possibly being in the next installment of the Spidey franchise. Lo and behold, some blog site decided to run with this and declare it is official. Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield have signed on for the next film. I'm not saying they have. This other site said they are. As Sony is concerned, though, Sony Pictures responded with, those rumored castings are not confirmed. Not an official denial, if you ask me.
I can neither confirm
Seems like
nor
a very
deny.
weak response if you're trying to keep this under wraps.
Sony. First of all, you made Jamie Foxx take down a fan-made picture showing all 3 Spidey-Men and Electro off of his Instagram when he announced it. Then you're even responding to a rumor. Just let it ride, man. Let the internet take it. Don't say a damn thing. Let it go, dude. You got to work on that a little bit. So
let the fans speculate and just keep on promoting the film for you.
Yeah, unless they are teasing it that unless they haven't like signed a full contract, but they're trying and they don't they want people to get their hopes up. But come on, just let it ride, let the internet run with it. Let it happen. It's okay.
I want to see Spider-Pig, Peter Porker.
I want to see Nicolas Cage as Spider-Man Noir.
Yeah.
Okay. I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
That would be tremendous.
Yeah, but you got to give me Peter Porker, at least a little cameo or something, man.
As long as it's John Mulaney still playing the voice, because he was perfect.
Yeah.
Do you think they would? I kind of made me stick with the current live action Spider-Man only because you're already making Into the Spider-Verse 2. Don't take away from that film. But if they decide to start bringing those casts in, would you want to see? Oh God, what's her name? From Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2, who played Gwen Stacy.
Emma?
I know who you're talking about.
Huh?
Isn't her name Emma?
Stone.
Emma Stone.
Yeah.
Having her play Spider-Gwen from another multiverse.
Ooh, that would be badass, dude. I could get down with that.
I'm not trying to burst your bubble. How old is the girl today? I'm just wondering.
I don't know how old she is, but the idea being the Spider-Verse is that she's been around already doing this for a while, right?
But they're going to have Andrew Garfield come out and make an appearance, so why not?
Yeah.
You guys are under the impression this is going to be some sort of a team up. I'm under the impression that probably either Tobey or Andrew are going to bite the bullet early in the film.
No, God.
And that'll just
maybe it'll be emo Spidey from the third film that'll
bite it. Man, what if emo Spidey dies and that's how this whole thing starts? Wouldn't that be amazing?
Deadpool goes back in time and kills emo Spidey from ever happening. We got it.
He kills him for having that stupid haircut in that movie.
Yes.
That they did make fun of subtly in Into the Spider-Verse, by the way, at the very beginning, if you see, doing that and everything. So
Deadpool correcting history for all the fans. That is
righting
incredible.
the wrong.
You're welcome, Canada.
We figured it out.
Yeah.
Sony, your move.
I don't know. I'd be excited if they give the fans what they want. Fans have been wanting to see this since Into the Spider-Verse came out. They've been talking about it. Let it happen. That would be pretty awesome to see.
Yes.
So
that's exactly what I want. Give the fans what they want. I think that Sony and Marvel have a unique opportunity here to kind of work together and produce this film that would be like, the next coming of the Infinity War, for the diehard Spidey fans. This is it. So I'm all for it, man. I wish that it's as epic as everybody's building it up to be,
Gentlemen, that is not the last bit of information regarding Spider-Man 3. I have one more piece of information for you. Camila Pacheco, who's the executive marketing director for Sony Pictures, told Entertainment in Brazil... Wait, what? Made an announcement saying that attendees of Expo Cine in 2020 in Brazil will get a first look at the sequel to Spider-Man Far From Home this December. We are 2 months away from what's expected to be either a teaser or a major panel for Spider-Man 3 at Expo Cine this coming December. So we don't have to wait long before we start getting some major announcements. That's probably what Sony's holding off for, if you ask me.
Uh-huh.
So, tremendous. All right.
What I would be interested with, Ted, honestly, is I want to see what they're doing with Morbius. They actually released some new footage. I believe I saw it on Comic Book Now. They were showing the band behind the scenes, like the orchestra playing the music for the film. And they actually showed a new scene where it shows Morbius jumping from building to building a la Venom, So that was a little teaser that was released recently. So I got to check it out, and I was like, it made me excited for the upcoming film because that was already supposed to be released way back when in March, I believe. Right. Yeah, but now, with the COVID and all that, like we all know, everything's gotten pushed back and pushed back. But this is one that I was excited about. So just letting everybody know there was a little scene that was put out there. So make sure to go and check that out.
There you go. And Marvel's Spider-Man 3, featuring Tom Holland and every other Spider-Man character we've had in history, will be out.
Spider-Man of Infinite Earths. Yeah.
Will be out next December 2021. And finally, tonight was our second look at the upcoming second season of The Mandalorian, featuring Baby Yoda. And we're here to talk all about it.
The child, get it right, damn it.
Until we get an official name, he's known as
the
Baby
child.
Yoda.
They market him as the child. The pop says the child on it. Yeah. So
well, that's a missed opportunity by Disney. So in this trailer, a lot of the same sort of scenes, not a whole lot of brand new sequences, if you ask me, but some interesting tidbits. Part of the plot has been revealed. Mando, or Jin, as we know him as, is looking for additional Mandalorians out in the universe for assistance. This is most likely what fans are expecting to be a setup for either Sabine or, if you're feeling lucky, even Boba Fett, who, we're expected to see, but it's one of those things where, like, you're not sure how big of a cameo or reference he's going to be in this. He could just be a flashback, and Diddy's like, oh, you see him? So who knows? But Joe, I know you're excited about this trailer. What did you see? What are your thoughts about this new trailer?
No, it kind of already goes along with kind of the plot, the storyline that we kind of alluded to when you saw the first trailer come out, and even at the end of season 1, they already kind of knew what was being set up for season 2, because they're like, oh, you have to take him back to his people,
Right.
And he's like, okay, well, then you knew that we're going to go on some type of adventure. And sure enough, with this trailer, it's confirmed, all but confirmed, this is what's going to happen. Well, one of the things that really stood out at me was the Razor's Crest getting trashed, on that ice planet, which was very reminiscent of Hoth. So that would be interesting if they go back and revisit some of these iconic battle planets, that we saw in the original trilogy, one being Hoth, the ice planet. It'd be interesting to go back and revisit these places that kind of mean a lot to Star Wars fans, from a nostalgia factor. But maybe there's other things in when they go back to these planets, maybe there's little tidbits, things that we overlook that we might want to go back and look at these films now, because maybe they're going to look at maybe the base. There was some bit of information or something that was already there that we maybe have overlooked. It'd be a really cool tie-in. I don't know if they do that or not, but you see, Mando working on the Razor's Crest as it crashes into the ice planet, and then you see him still kind of battling it out with the remnants of the Republic, because you see stormtroopers still on their tail, going to be chasing him, and I think it's going to be a recurring theme throughout season 2. He's going to be hunted not just from, the remnants of the Republic, but also other bounty hunters and other people that are interested in and know something about Baby Yoda, because I'm sure that they put a heavy ransom out on the little bugger,
Oh, for sure.
He's a high commodity, a high value target. So you're going to see a lot of things play out here where they're going to be in distress, and they're going to always be under the attack. They're never going to be able to rest. They're always going to be running from something. So I think that's where we'll see the introduction of Ahsoka and, some of these other characters like Boba Fett, for example. Maybe they have a conversation in passing, or, he helps them out some way, but it'd be interesting nonetheless to see what direction and what they're really going to do in the season 2, because whatever they do here, I think is really going to set up for what happens, moving forward with the Mandalorian and the introduction of maybe even more characters. That would be really something, to see out of this new Disney series that we just got last season, the inclusion of more characters that we really gravitate towards, and a lot of fans have their favorites. So you want to see more of this universe and the connections, to some of these iconic characters that are so beloved in the Star Wars universe. That would be jaw-dropping, to say the least. We get a little teaser at the end of season 2, the introduction or the hint that you're going to see another iconic character. Star Wars fans would just absolutely lose it,
For sure. JC, give us your thoughts on the trailer, man.
The biggest thing that stuck out to me, he mentioned it, you could find other Mandalorians out there. That's obviously they're saying that's going to be the quest, and how much of the Empire is still alive, and how much of this is going to lead to the First Order, that sort of thing. So that's really what sticks out. They didn't really show a whole lot more versus what they showed in the first trailer.
Yeah,
and I think I'm sticking with my theory. Everything we've seen is probably just episode 1.
Please.
That was so great about the first season. Every trailer, just episode 1, and I hope that holds true here. They give us plot points on what searching for other Mandos. So, and I like that. I think that it's just completely shrouded in mystery, and I hope that's really all we're getting right now is just scenes from episode 1. And what twist are they gonna throw in at us at the beginning of the first episode to change things around?
I also want to know, JC, what happened to the I don't even know how do you explain it or how you would describe her, the Mandalorian who made the armor, the blacksmith. I wonder what happened with her. It'd be interesting to maybe have a little hint in there, maybe in episode 1 or somewhere in there. Maybe she's still on the on that other planet, or maybe she moved and helped relocate the rest of the Mandalorian somewhere else. But it'd be interesting to find out what happened with her.
Because didn't she fight off troopers that were coming in after her or something like that?
But she was still collecting the armor and all that stuff. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I imagine they dispersed somewhere and they're relocating somewhere. Maybe they found a new home planet or a new home world somewhere they could be safe. Who knows? But
maybe their paths will cross.
Yeah. Because she's really been the source of guidance for the Mandalorian. So
and not only that, but giving us more information about the culture and about the religion that is, to be a Mandalorian.
So we'll see. Looking forward to it.
I am watching it one last time.
And we got to see the introduction of the blue guy. Remember the target that
I was about to say that.
Yeah, we saw him show up again. So that'd be like, and then I remember that they showed, at the end of season 1 where they said, hey, you can go ahead and pick any target you wanted. And he was going to go after one of those squid-looking guys. I don't know what the race is from Star Wars. And they were going to go to this water planet, And it looks like in the trailer, too, that they revisited, or they were going to this water planet because you saw that race of beings on the boat.
Yeah.
So I was like, I think this is their planet. I think we're going to be able to see that, which is something we haven't seen before.
Ooh, I'm down with that. What also sticks out to me is that there's a lot of scenes in this trailer where there's no child or Baby Yoda, which leads me to believe that the Empire or the remnants of the Empire probably at some point do capture him, and it's all about a rescue mission. From that point on. And I also wouldn't put it past the writers or Jon Favreau to have one of these good guys that we keep hearing about already be captured, and they're probably stumbling upon them while they're trying to rescue Yoda. So Ahsoka Tano, as powerful and as strong as she is, she might already be a prisoner of the Empire or whatever's left of them. And maybe that's when we actually see her. I wouldn't put it past them at all to do that.
Ahsoka Tano, though, her being in hiding since the Jedi Purge post-episode, or from episode 3, that could be interesting because we get a quick scene of them looking like they're in a rescue mission again, like breaking into a prison. So possible.
Yeah, that might be her. They might have to break her out,
Yeah.
Not just a prison, but you're getting these large Empire either vehicles or structures. So perhaps a destroyer is in the future, you know? That'd be great to see. We haven't seen one of those in a while.
Mhm.
So that'd be great. Yeah, exciting. And one of the exciting things is that Disney's rolled out a group watch feature on the Disney Plus
Yes.
app.
Mhm.
So you can, I haven't tried it yet, but I am assuming you can watch The Mandalorian and have a picture in picture with your friends or your family or somebody you just met online halfway around the world.
A la Tinder.
Is this the new Tinder? I was about to say.
It's a great day if you ask me. It's a great
Yeah.
first date. But yeah, so The Mandalorian, I think that's a new feature the Disney Plus app has. I don't know if it's every show you can do that on or if it's just The Mandalorian, but it'll be interesting to see what other features they, or how flexible or how extensive that feature is. What can you do with it? And exciting. Less than 2 weeks away.
Yeah.
Cannot wait for it.
They
Any
should
last
give us some
thoughts?
filters as we're watching the video, watching the Mandalorian with their friends. They should
Put on the
put
mask.
in a Jar Jar filter just for JC.
Not a bad idea, man.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah,
Not a
JC
bad idea
says
at all.
I'm out.
Oh,
Not a fan
man.
of Jar Jar.
I mean, yeah. I guess. I mean, it was okay. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't the best character, but still, you remember him. That's the important thing, is that you remember him.
You
good or
remember
bad.
Jar Jar.
Yeah. So,
For better or for worse.
yeah. So,
All right.
Mhm.
And that'll do it for this episode of the Countdown to the Geekcast. What did you think about the new Mandalorian special look trailer that we got today? Give us your thoughts in the comments below, or you can always send us a message by just clicking the send message button on Facebook below this video. For the Countdown to the Geekcast, my name is Steady. With me on this episode is the man, the myth, the guy who just can't wait to go head-to-head with Rob on Supermarket Sweep, JC.
I'd own him in the logo contest, but I do want to say thank you everyone for watching and listening. I recommend y'all watch The Vow on HBO Max. It's a little bit of a geek tie-in because everyone knows the shit Allison Mack got into, and this is a heavy story about it. And Bonnie Piesse, a little Star Wars tie-in. She played Luke's aunt in episodes 2 and 3, so she has a heavy role in this too. It's about, they already renewed it for season 2. Check it on HBO Max, and also watch Seduced, which also is dealing with this alleged cult on Stars as well. Very interesting, crazy stuff, but definitely don't let your kids watch. So
Oh, God.
pretty
I'm glad
interesting.
you're watching that. Yeah, the
Yeah.
season finale was just yesterday. It was
Season
awesome.
finale's done. They snuck in a trailer that they're going to make a season 2, and Stars just started like a 4-episode miniseries looking at some of the people that were actually in it, and it's insane. It's very insane. So check
There
it
you
out.
go.
So
There you go.
a lot of geek tie-ins to the people that were a part of this unknowingly. So
All right. And we also got the man behind the magic, the one and only Joe Garcia.
Yeah, so in all fairness, with the month of October upon us, make sure that you go and check out some of the classics, because it wouldn't be the month of Halloween without revisiting some of the horror classics. My personal favorite being The American Werewolf in London. I think it's still one of the best prosthesis, for the transformation of the werewolf. The werewolf howl in that movie has to be one of the best, if not the best, that I have ever heard in any horror film portraying a werewolf. And then
Can't
of
argue.
course the iconic pub, The Slaughtered Lamb. So it's just one of those movies that you can't get through the month of October without watching that. And another favorite of mine, and my kids love it, Silver Bullet. They love that
Nice.
movie. It's one of those classics that it's funny, don't get me wrong, but it's still it's a good watch with the family.
There you go.
yeah, my classic horror film is Shaun of the Dead, because if I'm gonna be scared of something, at least I need to laugh a bit, and that's a classic movie.
Yeah,
So
that one is a good one as well. Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah.
I gotta like that one as well.
yeah.
I
What
probably
about you,
don't.
Ted?
Halloween,
Halloween,
the original
yeah.
for me. It's always annual or monthly. monthly favorite. I just rewatched The Thing, and The Thing, the prequel, which came out 06, 07. I don't remember what year it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, those were both fantastic, especially if you watch them back to back like I did. So yeah,
John
go check them
Carpenter's
out.
The Thing still holds up, man. Even the
Still
original.
holds up, man.
Yeah.
Still holds up. It's
You're
fantastic.
not a Ghoulies kind of guy? You never got into Ghoulies?
Ooh, you know what? There's a lot of stuff out there. No, there's a lot to watch, man. We gotta compare notes or something. We'll do that next time. How about that?
There you go.
Yeah.
Next time.
Good.
All right. Have a good night, folks. Talk to you next week.
Later.
Hey guys, AJ Nyman here. For more Geekcast episodes, subscribe to us on iTunes or your smart device podcast app. And please, write us a review. Be sure to like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Countdown City Geekcast. Follow us on Twitter at CCG_podcast or visit our website at www.countdowncitygeekcast.com.